Hall of Fame. Kevin Durant, an MVP, multiple championships, but he continues to add new wrinkles to his game and takes pride in that part of his game.
Yeah, last year was the two-way play and the defense in the first 2.5 months of the year. They faded off. That whole team, I think, got tired. I asked some of the Warriors about it last year, just why they get tired when, you know, it wasn't like 17 was that grueling. They kind of rode through the league. But I think it's just day-to-day, the bullseye being in the spotlight, every arena you go to.
Best punch every game.
Yeah, you're out in a Charlotte. It's the highlight of Charlotte's season to play you, and I think it does wear those guys down. I think the next step with him would be, can he evolve into a stretch five? What could he be Al Horford, basically, and take all the Draymond minutes when Draymond's not playing and just be the other five?
How many stretch fives are in the NBA? Can you count them on one hand, or think of them?
It's the Al Horford, and there's not many. There's not many. But, I mean, a 7-foot guy who's one of the best, like, 8 shooters of all time is your stretch five. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Can Jokic shoot the three? He's got an outside shot, doesn't he?
Unfortunately, Jokic stretches the other team's point total when he's out there. So he's a stretch the other team's total to 120 defender.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. And it's a one-do in at the small forward position. Clock at 2. Here's Vucevic. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Thompson outside. He kicks to Durant. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Magic have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Fournier dishes to Augustine. Back to Fournier. Here's a one-do. Drills it from outside. A one-do's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Bill, the way that super teams are being put together right now, good or bad for the league?
I'm confused. I have been watching this league since I was a kid. We've always had super teams. There's never been an era where we didn't. What do people think the Jordan era Bulls were, and what do they think the Shaq, Kobe Lakers were? This is how the league is. I think what bothers people this time around specifically is that the Warriors won 73 games and they added Kevin Durant. Now, I get it. I get why it bothers people. On the other hand, your job as a franchise is to tilt the competitive advantage in any way you can toward your favor. They did a great job building their team. They did a great job building enough cap space for this year that everybody knew was coming, the summer of 2016. We knew the cap was going to jump. And they played it perfectly, and they got Kevin Durant out of it. He played it perfectly, too. He was on a team. He wasn't going to win the title in OKC. He wasn't going to win the title playing with Westbrook. Not to sound like a Durant apologist, but he wants to win a title and beat LeBron James. If you're going to do that, you're going to try to get on the best possible team you can.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court.
The Magic trail by 5. Augustine looking around. Gordon kicks to a one-do. Passes it to Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And it's DJ Augustine with the foul. That's his first foul. Gordon against Durant. Six to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And it's Cook missing. The Magic trail by 3. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, For three, Fournier. The shot, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Bill Commissioner Adam Silver believes the 2K Esports League will have the staying power of the NBA, the WNBA, the G League. A pretty powerful comment to make.
And I hope he's right, because I want to be the lead color guy. I want us to be the team. Why can't it be us, Kevin Harlan?
Are you kidding me?
Let's do that. Cut me the check.
Sign
As Rasheed
me
Wallace
up.
would say, CTC, cut the check.
Bill Simmons is here.
I'm ready.
The pass to Awundu. Shot clock at 6.
And that's already his second foul. He may have to spend some time on the bench to stay out of early foul trouble.
Here's Augustine. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
Just 5 to shoot. And there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. That's tipped. The 3.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
He lives for these type of battles on the boards. It doesn't matter which end of the floor it is either.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
On the free throw, no good. And it's Jones with the ball for the Golden State Warriors. It's a 3-point game. Thompson misses. Orlando, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Pass to Vucevic. Lays it up and banks it in. Vucevic has got 6. Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Just what Steve Nash was doing last decade and those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision in LeBron James and has carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who writes a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now. And I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, Chris Bosh, some of those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how, Paul Pierce, who knew how to handle their business. And now these new guys come in, they're 19, 20 years old, and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you see it at the games.
Shocking.
Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all. And you had these guys who, if you gave them a live mic, you were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old,
Polished.
giving, long interviews to reporters. It's like, how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
already good at being a bad interview.
He's
Like, he
19 years
he
old.
doesn't say anything. He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19. How do you know how to do this?
Unbelievable. And it's Awundu missing.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping from him.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Durant's got his second bucket of the night.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. Looking to end the run. Vucevic trying to get open. And Gordon lays it in. The chemistry of this Warriors team so special, Bill. Klay Thompson's unselfishness and the fact that he just lets the game come to him, a big part of that.
Super unselfish, doesn't care about his shots. A beloved teammate by all counts. He's the guy that all the other guys mentioned first when they talked about, hey, what warrior, ... and it's Klay. The answer is Klay to everything. Who's the most fun warrior? Who's the craziest warrior? Tell me a funny story about one of your teammates. It's always Klay. He just has so many thankless jobs for them. A lot of times he's guarding the best player in the other team. He's guarded point guards at some point during every run in the playoffs for them. And just a great guy to have on your team. It's hard to imagine the Warriors without him. I think at some point maybe the salary cap will dictate they can't keep all four of these guys, and Klay is always the logical candidate to, you trade him, you turn him into two cheaper, younger pieces. But I
hate to see him leave there.
Well, and leave Curry, because the thing with him and Curry together, it's been such a unique combo to have two of the best three shooters in the league in the same team.
Yes.
Their stats now together are starting to just crush everything. Like, they've made more threes than any other player in the playoff
Isn't that
history.
amazing? Oh my
They've
God.
made, what, 600, 700 threes a year, and they're just doing things together that we've never seen. I hope they stay together.
Me too. Fournier gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Warriors leading by 5. Inside. Durant finds Iguodala. Thompson outside. It's hauled in by Gordon.
The D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Fournier against Thompson. Now here's Fournier. Defense is right there. Good D by Thompson. Fournier with the ball. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
And the Warriors with some changes. Lee comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Cook. Here's Thompson. Over in the corner, Livingston. Here's Durant. An easy 2 points on the layup. Durant's got 7. Bill, a top advisor for the U.S. High School Athletics and Activities Division, recommended that schools adopt esports programs. What's your take on that?
I'm all in. It's probably my son's only chance to go to college, so I really hope it happens. Now, listen, the world changes every decade.
I know.
And you got to change with it. And the reality is esports is one of the biggest things we have now. And if you're under 15, you're way more likely to play video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting and as a spectator event, that's been building. So why wouldn't that work for college?
That's good from Simmons. Thinking about how much sports video gaming has changed over the decades, Bill, can you imagine a 13, 14-year-old Bill Simmons with the 2K product? You would just be all over that, wouldn't you?
You have no idea, Kevin Harlan. I was there for every step of the video game revolution. I had an Intellivision and an Atari. I had Nintendo. I had Super Nintendo. I had all three of the first PlayStations.
You played them all the time.
I played entire Madden seasons on the treadmill when I was like in my early 30s. Try playing any video game on the treadmill. Try it and try not falling off. It's impossible. I've been there every step of the way. I am pro esports. Basketball, I'm jealous of the people who can play 2K well, because there's just, not sound like an old guy, but so many buttons and so many things to remember. I'm always so impressed when people just remember all the combinations and stuff. I'm jealous.
Like your son does this.
My son can do it.
I know
but I could have done it. I know you could have. I want to take 1984 me out of a time machine and just give me this game. I would have unleashed.
Yeah, but 13-year-old Bill Simmons would like what 40-year-old Bill Simmons is.
13-year-old Bill Simmons would be amazed that 48-year-old Bill Simmons was getting paid to do anything. He'd really be excited about that. Just that he wasn't living at home. We would have been fired up.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Warriors have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And just last season, they were at about 82% from the free throw line. So those numbers are always going to be positive.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And before the ownership changed in 2010, the Warriors franchise really staggered.
Yeah, they staggered to the point that in 2012, I wrote a long column for Grantland about, it was like the 60 reasons you can't blame the Warriors fans for booing their owner on Chris Mullin night. And I went through their whole history since they won the title in '74 of just all the horrible things that happened to them, all the dumb moves they made, all the dumb trades, all the things they never should have done. It was extensive. And after things flipped around, people mail me that article all the time, like, can you believe it? We've won 3 titles in the last 4 years. You just wrote this. Feels like yesterday. And it was. It's one of the most amazing turnarounds of any franchise I can remember.
I'm assuming you're a fan of their front office.
Yeah, very, very smart. But, you know, the pieces were there. When they bought the team, everyone thought they overpaid. And not to toot my own horn, because I've been wrong a million times, but I was one of the only people who didn't think they overpaid. I just felt like that market was awesome. I loved their fans. It was in the heart of Silicon Valley. It made sense that they should be a juggernaut, you know, and they had never really had good ownership. And as we learn over and over every year at the Knicks, like, owners matter. They just do.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
The Warriors shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
Lee no good on the free throw. The Magic trail by 4. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Now the feed to Ross. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession.
And a chance to check out Jerian Grant here. How he performed last season. Averaged 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Yeah, love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
On the wing, Lee. Thompson outside. Drills it from outside. Thompson's got 6 points.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Bamba passes to Grant. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Leading by 5. Stolen by Grant. Outside, Simmons. Out to the right wing. Now, here's Grant. He's covered by Livingston. Grant kicks to Simmons. And Thompson sends it back. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Warriors lead by 5. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Since coming to the Warriors, Kevin Durant says he's enjoyed playing for Steve Kerr.
I think he just gets it. You get around people in this life, whether it's players or coaches, who's stuck in this bubble of basketball and don't realize it's almost a fantasy world. And then you get guys like Steve Kerr who realize what's really important in life and that we're really, really blessed to be playing this game.
And Steve Kerr has seen it all on the basketball court. In a worldly perspective, Greg, off of it, he's not going to become a prisoner of the moment.
Keeping the right perspective really so important. You see why guys like KD love playing for him.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Well, and not only in terms of building the lead, but now the defense has to extend itself. That leads to other opportunities.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Orlando, they've got Terrence Ross. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Vucevic. Then it's Simmons. And it's Grant in at the point guard. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Shot from the inbound. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Yeah, I like the concentration there. Isaac showing how skilled he is on the block. Feels like no one can stop him.
No good from Lee. The Magic trail by 4. Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament, maybe for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this in 07. I called it the entertaining as hell tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just went head-to-head, single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have a fun thing with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game was important, and maybe the solution is you have the 6 seeds guaranteed in each conference, and then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10. You have 8 versus 9. You do it over the course of a couple days. You use the TV revenue from that, because you could get good money from that, to maybe shorten the season.
Great idea.
Would be, for me, the #1 thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. There's too many nights where the players, I just think basketball is really hard to play.
Now, here's Grant. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Vucevic. Lets the 3 fly. The three-pointer is right on target. Vucevic has got 9.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Jerebko kicks to Livingston. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for the Magic.
It's been the guards who've dominated the ball, but really in a good way, creating opportunities for their teammates, and that's something they'll look to continue here down the stretch.
Free throw good, Livingston.
Oh, well, one interesting fact about Sean people might not know is that he was named Mr. Basketball in Illinois in his high school days. That's an honor he'll always cherish.
Livingston hits both of them. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Ross finds Simmons. Now Grant. Down low. Outside for Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. No good from Grant.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
Yeah, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Passes to Bell. Back to Lee. Three-pointer. Orlando grabs the miss. And here is Simmons. 9 points last game. Kicks it to Grant. Floats one up. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Just 4 to shoot.
And capable of defending multiple positions, Bell has the speed and length to annoy anyone.
Livingston dishes to Lee. Back to Livingston. Over Grant. And again, no good by Golden State.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Lee against Ross. Now here's Livingston. He's guarded closely. Now the pass to Looney. Here's Lee outside. And again, no good by Golden State. The Magic trail by 3. Simmons feeling it out a bit. Lee with the steal. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Grant gets a wide open look, and he hits it to tie the game up. Grant's got his first 3 points of the game. And here are the Warriors now. Timeout called the Warriors.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, this is the dilemma as a coach. You wonder, do I need to call a timeout here? Do I need to settle these guys down? Should I let them play through it?
Different look here for the Warriors. Kevin Durant's checked in for Kevon Looney. Iguodala comes in for Jerebko. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Damian Lee. And Cook subbed in for Sean Livingston. The Magic also changing it up. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Simmons. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Jaren Grant. Here's Iguodala. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
All right, a chance to check out stats for DJ Augustine. How he did last season. 15th in free throw percentage. And he was also extremely dependable behind the three-point line, finishing the season among the top 20 in three-point percentage.
And let's again give him credit for knocking down free throws at such a torrid pace. He was operating in a steady groove all last season. Free throw good, Iguodala.
Oh, he turns it up. And though Iguodala has become a long-range shooting threat, he still managed to struggle from the line.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. For Orlando, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Isaac misses.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Has to Cook. Back to Durant. He kicks it to Cook. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. The three-pointer is right on target. Cook's got 10 points in the game.
And you see the recognition. Thompson, dependable at getting it to the open man.
Augustine passes to Vucevic. And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession. Evan Fournier's checked in for Ross. On defense, Golden State, 4-point game. And the foul on Jordan Bell. That's his first foul. Here's Gordon. Durant knocks it loose.
Well, Durant covers a ton of ground with his length, using his wingspan to wipe away shots.
Here is Cook, headed by Augustine. It's stolen by Vucevic. And Augustine with a clear path to the hoop. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
On the wing, Iguodala. He's covered by Isaac. Isaac with the steal. Outside Fournier. Now here is Augustine. D right on him. Five on the clock. Takes a shot at the elbow. And Durant sends it back to the paint. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got 3 assists tonight. Now here is Augustine. Not a lot of room. Gordon inside. Defended by Durant. Gordon kicks to Augustine. Baseline J on the way. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got 7 rebounds in the game. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here is Cook, headed by Augustine. Down low. Out to Thompson. Nice D from Fournier.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short arm that layup.
Six to shoot. Fires from deep. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. Thompson from long range. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 4 assists in the game. The Magic trail by 7. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Fournier against Thompson. Up top Fournier. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Here's Gordon. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Orlando shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. The free throw drops for Gordon. And Gordon drops them both. And so here is Golden State. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here is Cook, headed by Augustine. Outside Durant. Isaac with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Augustine. Golden State's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Iguodala finds Thompson. Beyond the arc. That shot missing, so Orlando will take it the other way. For 3, Fournier. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Fournier's got it all tied up now for the Magic.
And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Pass to Durant. Here is Cook, headed by Augustine. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Isaac with the steal. To the middle. 1:36 left now here in the second. Vucevic to the pass to Isaac. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Bill, what a pleasure to have you with us. Great as always to hear your thoughts, your commentary. I hope you join us again soon.
I'd love it. Anytime, Kevin. Tell me.
Thank you. And Greg, a lot of great sports writers out there, also great commentators. And then there's Bill Simmons. He's kind of carved out his own category.
You know, Bill once said he will never write a traditional sports column, and he stayed true to that. He writes from the viewpoint of the passionate sports fan and brings that to his commentary as well.
Orlando's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high.
That's good from Isaac.
And Isaac really continues to intrigue you. A 6'10" forward who's just got great agility and can be a nightmare in transition.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, the much vaunted defensive Warriors took a step back last season, falling from 2nd in the league in defensive rank to 11. But it's tough to nitpick, but I'm sure it's an area they're looking at to address.
Two shots.
That's good from Cook. And so Cook nails both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Orlando now. They're on a 10-2 run here. Here's Augustine. Softly drops in the floater. Augustine's got the lead up to 3 now for the Magic.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
Iguodala, no good.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Fournier against Thompson. And Fournier kicks to Augustine. Over Cook. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Magic out in front, up 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. They look like a more focused team in the second quarter, and what was an early deficit for them has turned into a 3-point lead at the break. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
Shaq, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. You know, when things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Warriors trail by 3. Iguodala and Durant hold down the forward spots. Cook out there with Thompson. And it's Jones in at the center, filling out the middle. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Durant finds Iguodala, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
And let's check out the stats for Kevin Durant. He's coming off an excellent season. He was around 26 points a game last year, 7 rebounds and 5 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Yeah, impossible to check right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Now here is Augustine. Defense is right there. Fournier with the ball. Jones covering. Fournier passes to Vucevic. 4 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the wing. That one wide left. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Golden State. They trail by 3. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Good recognition from Durant. He's a talented passer.
Well, Orlando shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Gordon kicks to Vucevic. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Augustine passes to Gordon. Here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
talk
that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
Yeah, fellas, he's a monster. He's never seen an offensive rebound he didn't think he could get to.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Durant. Lock at 6, and it falls over the rim and in. Durant's got 11 points. Chris, of current players who could eventually become coaches, who would you put in that category? There are a lot of brilliant guys that play this game, think the game through so well.
Chris Paul, Ariza, those guys come to mind for some reason to me. Klay Thompson,
yes,
he comes to mind. And I don't know if it's the personality that I see these guys in or if it's the way that they approach the game. But, yeah, those guys come to mind. I definitely could see them taking the game to another level once their playing days have ended.
Augustine dishes to Fournier. Orlando with a fresh 24. Vucevic finds Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And, guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Outside Durant from deep. That doesn't go either for Durant.
That's their first shot of the half that hasn't found a mark. It's been a good start for them.
Back to Augustine. Outside Fournier. Unloads from 13. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
And for that game against the Hawks, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
So it's the Warriors now. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. 6 to shoot. Here's Iguodala. Over to the left wing. Cook. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Cook's got 17.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Feeds to Gordon. Stolen away. To the inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
The great ones do this. When Kevin Durant gains an advantage inside, you know he's aiming to score or get fouled.
Kevin Durant in the summer of 2017 took a $10 million discount to help the Warriors retain guys like Iguodala and Livingston. This summer, a new deal.
Well, for a superstar like him, the max salary is already a discount. I mean, Kevin Durant deserves top dollar, and with a team moving into a new arena next year, they can afford it.
First one falls for him.
I mean, look, Durant's an incredible player. I don't know how much better you can get. We've had a front row seat for quite a while watching his game ascend.
Durant hits them both. You know, Greg, you hear that since Kevin Durant moved to the Bay Area, he's wasted no time making connections and investments in Silicon Valley.
It's interesting. He's reined in his endorsements by over half, but he's so inquisitive. I think meeting these tech luminaries and learning from them was part of the allure of the Golden State.
Outside, Jones. Gordon against Durant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
The length of Durant, I mean, it makes him almost unstoppable.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time. Chris, when you were playing, you moved between a couple teams. What's the hardest part about getting traded that fans may not understand?
One is your ego. You don't want to usually leave. If you didn't ask for a trade, you don't want to leave that town, that city, the fans, or your players that have become friends. If you happen to be a parent, think about it. Your kids may be switching schools in the middle of the year. What if you have a kid that's in his senior year of school and you have to be traded and you may have to take the family with you? So many just tough situations for individuals and for families. The bond you develop with fans in the city and players, members of the organization is very strong. And so it's a lot of times it's shocking and hurtful. It's how quickly can you adjust, because that new team wants you and needs you badly.
Good insight. Fournier against Thompson. Outside Fournier. Stolen by Thompson. Here is Cook. Headed by Augustine. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact. So a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. That's good from Cook.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Magic trail by 9. Now Augustine, 6 points for him.
Dang, that's his 4th foul. Now he's going to have to be careful. Still a little ways to go and only 2 fouls to spare.
Here's Awundu. He's covered by Iguodala. 5 to shoot. Awundu. That's good. Awundu's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Cook, the pass to Thompson. Here's the 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
And there's been a drop-off in their defense since halftime. I mean, they don't nearly have the same energy they did in the first half.
And Augustine kicks to Fournier. The tray. And it's Awundu missing.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back, because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
The quick look, no good that time. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. It's a 10-point game. Awundu, that's good.
Once he gets open on the low block, it's just a matter of getting him the ball.
Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Cook kicks to Thompson. Passes it to Durant. Over Gordon. And the Warriors take on 2 more.
He's standing at almost 7 feet tall. With that kind of skill, that kind of height, athleticism, his mid-range jumper, he'll always be there for Durant.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Simmons checked in for the Magic. Grant comes in for DJ Augustine. And a look at the locations on the floor where he's been shooting the ball.
And right now, there's nothing the defense can do. You can see them stretching further and further out to guard him beyond the arc, but he just keeps knocking down big three after big three. As a fan, you love it. And as a defender, you just hope it ends soon.
Gordon dishes to Simmons. Kicks it to Grant. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. Sue Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
No, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling and not. You know, I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to, oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap and a crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curb on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Jaren Grant, part of the Grant dynasty. His father, uncle, and older brother Jeremy, all NBA players.
Oh, yeah, I played with his father, and you knew that these kids were going to, you know, kind of follow into his footsteps just from how good they were, how smart they were, or how athletic they were. And his oldest brother also played internationally. I mean, Jaren, the only point guard in the family, I guess he's the only one that had handles. Yeah, sorry about that, twins, but at 6'4", great size for the position.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. 5th, Kevin Durant.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Grant finds Vucevic. Back to Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, Kevin, a few more possessions like that, this game will have a much different look.
Vucevic with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Warriors leading. Bounce pass, Livingston. Durant against Simmons. Over Simmons. And it's Durant missing. Orlando's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Ross against Iguodala. Grant the pass to Vucevic. And a wide open look for Simmons. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And there's the feed to Durant. Over Simmons. That one off the back iron and out. On offense, here are the Magic. They're on a 12-4 run right now. For the tie. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Magic shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Ross. Damian Lee, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. That one drops. He ties it up. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
And Bell kicks to Durant. Here's the pass to Livingston. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 7th assist here tonight.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Back to Vucevic. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Simmons finds Grant. To the wing on the left. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Durant, the pass to Livingston. Back to Durant. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Durant's got 21.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead safe as long as he's on the floor.
Durant against Simmons. Back to Grant. Ross kicks to Vucevic. Just 5 to shoot. Over Jones. Another miss by Vucevic.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and it throws a shot off.
Pass to Lee. And here is Durant. Over Simmons. And another basket for Golden State.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 2 as they get the bucket from Vucevic.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open, and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
That's tipped. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Simmons inside. Defended by Durant. No good from Simmons.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
Now here's Livingston. He's covered by Grant. Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for 1 more.
Oh, and a nice look by Livingston, keeping his eyes up, locates the man.
And Bell no good on that one.
And a jack of all trades kind of player. Bell reminds me of a younger Draymond Green, a prospect on the rise.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Magic trail by 4. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. The lengthy bigs inside, Isaac and Bamba. Terrence Ross is out there with Grant. And it's Simmons in at the small forward. Pass to Ross. There's the 3. Warriors with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Livingston looking for the opening. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Now here's Livingston. He's covered closely. Clock at 6.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Lets a floater go.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Makes it off the glass. Livingston's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Warriors. And so Grant will bring it up for Orlando. They trail by 6. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Shots good by Simmons.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Durant's checked in for the Warriors. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
Livingston, that's good.
Oh, and this is where Livingston makes his money. Tremendous mid-range game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Grant. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Grant. And Grant drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Livingston with it. Now defended by Grant. Durant against Simmons. Durant finds Livingston. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Well, if you think about Shaun Livingston's career, you know how close it came to ending. A knee injury so severe that doctors considered amputation. But he never gave up, and he made it back.
Free throw good, Livingston. And see Webb Livingston's story. So many extremes, from a young franchise cornerstone with the Clippers to wondering if he'd ever be able to play again, ever be able to walk again.
Yeah, he fought his way through. I mean, first a journeyman bouncing around 8 or 9 teams, and then a key factor for the Warriors championship team. I mean, you could make a movie about it. That's how dramatic it is.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Fires from 14. Another miss by Orlando.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Here's Thompson, and Grant sends it back. And Durant gets it to go.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Passes it to Bamba. They need this. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Simmons.
I tell you, Isaac has great vision for a big man. Can see over defenders easily thanks to that size.
Livingston dishes to Durant. The offensive rebound. Now here's Livingston. He's covered by Grant. Second shot opportunity. Out to Lee. Thompson outside. And Thompson throws it down.
Oh, he just caught the defense napping. Clay with the exclamation point.
The Magic trail by 11. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Thompson sends it back. Lee left side. Down low. Poked away. Looney passes to Livingston. Score of the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
One thing you love about Klay Thompson is he's just cool and calm. I mean, he stays in his own lane. Steve Kerr says he's not low maintenance, but he's no maintenance. He plays hard at both ends. He just wants to win, and then he goes home and walks his bulldog Rocco. But Bulldogs, you can't really walk them that much. I wonder if he's picking them. That's about it. Anyway.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in, and a switcher also for Orlando. Fournier is checked in. Durant for 3. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists in the game. And you look at Klay, not a care in the world.
Well, he's smooth. He has a carefree attitude. It helps in the locker room. I think it also helps him as a smooth shooter. I mean, even if he misses a couple, he's not thinking about it. He just keeps shooting.
No good from Durant.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
Fournier against Thompson. Now here's Fournier. Defense right on him. Here's Grant. Warriors with the rebound. Looney's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Inside, Durant. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
The first one falls.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And the Warriors with some changes. Jordan Bell's checked in for Kevon Looney. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Sean Livingston. The Magic also changing it up. Vucevic, he's checked in for Bamba. Aaron Gordon comes in for Isaac. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Jaren Grant. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Orlando. It's a 16-point game. And there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. That's his third foul of the game. Now here is Augustine. And the foul on Jordan Bell. That's foul number 2 for him. Ross kicks to Augustine. Over Cook. The Magic again can't hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Durant the pass to Bell. Durant against Gordon. Thompson finds Durant. Just 5 to shoot. And then Durant with the jam.
It's almost strange to see a player with Durant's height have that much speed on the drive. It gets him to the rim with ease.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Augustine. Ross trying to break loose. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Augustine. Warriors leading by 16. Cook kicks to Durant. Thompson for 3. Ross grabs the board.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the jam by Ross.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Feeds it to Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Taking the opportunity to explode to the bucket and punish the rim. Thompson, he'll take the easy ones when he can get them.
And Augustine kicks to Fournier. He dishes it to Vucevic. To the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Augustine from outside. No good. Shot missing. And Golden State will go the other way with it.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And the quick trigger on full display. Thompson needs only a little breathing room to fire.
Augustine passes to Fournier. Vucevic up top, defended by Bell. Now here is Augustine. Defense right on him. Ross finds Fournier. Off target with his 3.
And not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
And since they come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the flow of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
And there's the pass to Ross. And it comes to playing the role of villain in the eyes of many NBA fans. You know, you've got LeBron going to Miami, Durant leaving OKC, going to Golden State. C-Webb is having someone to root against good for the league. It seems to build some passion in sports for sure.
I mean, there can never be a hero without a villain.
Sure.
Even if that villain is temporary for one season. So one of the great things about the NBA is that our off season normally is just as exciting as the main season because of the trades and who's going where and the changing of allegiances, of alliances. I mean, so I definitely love all the movement. And, you know, the great thing is you're never going to agree with what any player does 100% the whole time. So I love seeing the changes in the league and having someone to root against. I think it's good for the fan soul to have somebody that you can honestly root against.
That's fun. Cook kicks to Durant. Durant drawing the double team, and it's DJ Augustin with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Here's Thompson to the paint. Here's Cook. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Well, he's extremely accurate here, coming down the stretch, trying to see if he can close this one out.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And Z-Web, you talk about a tandem of shooters. None better than Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Yeah, splash. You know, the Splash Brothers. Steph Curry, he is the best shooter of all time. But I would say this, Klay Thompson is not far off. You think about his 60-point game in 2017. He only took 11 dribbles. He had the ball in his hands for only 90 seconds. And he dropped 60. I mean, that's one of the all-time scoring clinics.
Here's Fournier. They get a hand on it. And Augustin kicks to Vucevic. Fournier into the lane. And he banks in the layup.
I'm sure he loves that matchup. He gives him a big size advantage down low.
Warriors leading by 21. Thompson outside. Pass to Durant. Over Gordon. Golden State moving the ball around. Pass to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention. Chris, in football, you have the franchise tag. It allows a team to keep a superstar by delaying his free agency. Would that work in the NBA?
I'm not sure if that would work in the NBA. It would be what else would reward this player in the franchise tag? Does it allow freedom for other players to come? I think that we're going to have to address some of these issues as time goes on, especially in a place like Golden State where they have so many great players there. But one of the great things about the NBA is the freedom of movement, and I don't think that we've seen really any teams get hurt too bad by the superstar leaving if they've acknowledged he's going to leave and made a trade for him. It is when that they don't acknowledge, a la Orlando with Shaq, a la a couple of other teams, they don't acknowledge that this guy may leave, that you truly end up with nothing. So I'm not sure about that franchise tag yet, Kevin. The NBA is doing great. Players are moving around, and we're going to need some other teams to combat the dominant team overall.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second.
They're looking to get the most out of every possession. Frustrated to miss even one free throw right now.
Here is Cook, guarded by Augustin. It's Durant with the drive, and they pick up 2. Durant's got 13 points in just this quarter.
And you like the way Durant sizes up what is available in the pick and roll. Saw that he had the space, and he finished it off.
Here's Augustin. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Last season, C-Web, the league implemented rules for resting starters. Has that had any effect in your opinion so far?
I'm not a big fan of it. I think that this should be something that's held in the locker room, that if you're a player and you're hurt, or if you're tired, that you and your coach should be able to talk about it, and definitely he managed your body the way that a coach should. But I don't think that this should be something that's just out on the table that I can take a rest day. It's just never been in the game. This is a new precedent. But I do love what the commissioner and the NBA has tried to do is address the issue, because it was getting out of hand, resting players, especially on national televised games. If I'm a fan and I'm coming there to watch my favorite player and you're not playing there tonight, and I've saved up for these tickets for months, gotten good grades, done everything my dad has said to do, and he's taking me to the game and you don't show up?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a big letdown.
That's sad. He's off on the second. Warriors leading by 21.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kevin Durant.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Oh, he caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timing.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Cook, the pass to Thompson. He kicks it to Bell. Ross against Iguodala. Over Ross. Orlando grabs the miss. Fournier for three. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Pass to Cook. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much with Kevin Durant. Gave a slow start for you offensively, but you were able to stay aggressive. How do you keep that mentality as a great scorer?
Well, you got to keep shooting, no matter what happens. So it's easy to, play well throughout the game when you're making shots, but when you're missing, you got to get your mind right, and that's what I tried to do, is just stay aggressive.
And it sure showed out there. Thank you very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.